seekers in the night, hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around, mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance, take a chance, take a chance.
Good morning, and good morning, Maureen. So I made it up. So I am going up to Pennsylvania today to go to Blobfest. What is Blobfest? Remember that movie from the 1950s? Well, they celebrate it once a year. About 2,000 people show up. And it was this 1950s horror movie, the first Steve McQueen movie, the first movie he was in. And every year they reenact this theater run out. In the movie, the Blob shows up and everybody runs out of the theater. So, to celebrate the movie, they have a run out every year. And there's news helicopters over in Phoenixville that'll be overhead and all these things. So, and it's a lot of fun. So it's a celebration of B movies from the 50s and 60s and the such. So that's where I'm going to be this weekend. But I woke up, got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head, and here I am on my vacation. But it's nice to have a reason to get up. So, and why? Because what are we going to do? Welcome to that My Tarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory, and a chance to check in with the universe. Actually, it's our chance to breathe. It's a reminder that we can start the day by taking a breath and listening to the cards, like to the sounds of the ocean. And that it's a good time to get grounded before we go out into the hustle and bustle. So, feet flat on the floor, butt in our seats, doing the kitty dance, and checking in where our shoulders are, and creaking my neck. Listening to the bones in the back of my neck. It is fun. So with that, what are we doing? We are checking in with the universe. And as I like to say, it's kind of like the universe holds up a mirror, asks us, what do we see? And we use the tarot as our reflection, along with a cup of coffee. Oh, that's good stuff. So, what am I using today? So today it's interesting. How many weeks have I been doing? Has this been 2 weeks or 3 weeks? A different deck each day. Can't help but always think of Maureen when I say that. So today we're using the Oswald Worth Tarot. And this, I believe, would have been if Pamela Coleman Smith had not created the tarot for Arthur Waite, the Rider-Waite Smith that we're used to. I think that this deck would have taken over because it's a beautiful deck. It's from a French occultist who was commissioned to make it. And Pamela Coleman Smith came along and made that beautiful, with all the pip cards being, have pictures and things like that. What's interesting about this one is that his pip cards, he actually puts an emblem from the majors on it. So here we have, what is this? 8. So what is the 8s? The 8 is, am I that tired? 7. It's justice. Hold on, that's not right. 4. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 9. That's what was blowing my mind, is I didn't see the extra sword right there for a second. It is early. I got to bed late. So anyway, see the 9 there? Okay, that's a lantern. And that is the Hermit. I couldn't think of, why would this be justice? There's no scales there. But justice did. So it is interesting that for his pips, he does add like little clues in it. See, that's justice. That helps me right there. So it's a really nice Marseille deck to start out with. And he does add the different occult symbols on the majors. See how we have a 5 there, and then we have the Jewish letter. Anyway, I'm just boring you with that. Good morning, Angelina. I hope I'm not boring you with that. And let's just get right down to the heart of it. Because I am going to make our 3 stacks, each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. This one's a totally different conversation. And this conversation will take us who knows where. Actually, we know, because I'm going to take the center stack, or what I like to think of as being right in the middle. And I have to say, I used the Pagan Underworld last night, and I've had more comments on that video than any other video, I have to say. The Pagan Underworld turned out to be a beautiful video. I mean, a beautiful deck of cards. It's one that I'm definitely going to be using more. So, get my feet back on the ground. I love to hear you ramble. Tell that to Mina. Okay. I'm getting recentered here. Feet on the ground. Butt, kitty dance, shoulders, neck. Just getting in tune with the cards again. Checking in with the universe. Doing that light switch. It says it's time to, like, switch that mental mode. Okay, flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And the first card is the 6 of Cups. It's a card of remembrance. Cups are about what? Cups are our emotions and our feelings and our spirituality. And 6s are about harmony, improvement. We've gone over the hump. We've done something. And now it's time to look back at the things that helped us to get where we are, and the people that we've met and helped along the way. So when we see the 6 of Cups, we think about the accomplishments that we're not close to being done yet. But today we know that, did we do something nice for somebody? Did we help somebody come over a hump? Or is there something we can say, you know what? I had to do work last night because I'm going away on vacation, so I had to finish some stuff. And that feeling I got when it's like, okay, I've actually accomplished it. I got over this hump, and it just made me feel good. So, the Tower. So, ooh, look at this. That looks like violence and destruction, doesn't it? We have explosions going on. We have this whole Michael Bay Hollywood thing going with death and destruction and people lying on the ground and falling, and not only paupers but kings. I like the way that they have that. Not only, an uncrowned person, but the Tower even affects everybody. And so, but when we see the Tower, as I say, the cards are never all good or all bad. It's all part of the situation. And with the Tower, I love to ask somebody this particular question. What's the one thing that hurts worse than a lie? And people who've watched the videos already know the answer to this. The one thing that hurts worse than a lie is the truth. So that's why this is called not the Tower. Originally, and this tech is from the 1870s. So it's right along with the Marseille Tarot, and it's called La Maison Dieu. It's the house of God. It's the lightning struck tower. This is the light of truth that's coming in. So when we see the tower, instead of it just being about destruction and bad luck, it's more along the lines of accepting a truth. So when we see the tower, it's about hearing the truth, accepting, because we have a choice. What if we chose not to let the tower come down? What if it's like, I'm going to put a lightning rod on here. Well, it doesn't take care of the problem. But with the lightning, when this tower comes down and the truth is revealed, it can feel horrible, but now we have a chance to start fresh, start positive, and build on a solid, firm truth or foundation. So part of getting over a hump, part of going through what we have to, is sometimes being willing to look at where we came from and things that we might regret, things that we might want to change. And I agree. Getting bonked on the head with a brick, that's the wake up call. It's like the tower is not enough. It's like, oh, I'm okay. It's sunny, shy, I don't believe you. It's like, you don't? Well, here's another fact. See that brick? That brick's called fact. And I'm going to bonk you in the head with it until we realize that it's time to accept whatever loss we have to accept. So 5 of Cups. So 5s are always challenges. And again, it's about our spirituality, our emotions, and our feeling. And with the 1 to 10 in the numerology, 1 is our seed, 2 we're making choices. 5 is halfway to that 10. And we're going over the hump. And we're going over. And the question is with the 5 is that, are we going to make it? And then we get to the 6. So it's almost like taking a step back. We go 6. Maybe I need to look at something. And then we get to a card of loss. It is a card of that feeling where, let's say 3 cups have spilled. I love the way Pamela Coleman Smith does this card. Let's say that we turn around and all we see is 2 cups when we had 5. And we lament. We're staring so hard at the 3 cups that we lost, that spilt, that we forget to realize that we actually have 5 cups and we didn't lose everything. So truth, revelation, things like that is about accepting a loss. It's not easy. And with the 5 of Cups, we feel that loss. So, let's look at some daily examples, because remember that our court cards are just day-to-day cards. It's a welcome to a Friday. It's the majors that we want to take a look at, and this is the one that's in the middle. So what's a day-to-day? So just a day-to-day is, I went out last night, and it felt good to be able to fix something and working with people, and it worked out. But then if I wake up this morning and I find out that I was wrong and that I misled people and now they're going to have to spend an extra 3 hours doing something, it's just a day-to-day thing. We spend time with our family, and then we feel a loss. Something that's revealed. It's like, why is our neighbor that way? And we lose a friendship. It's whatever loss we happen to that makes us feel. It's whatever revelation that makes us feel. This is about, and since this is a card of remembrance, this might be somebody we know who's going through something that we didn't even recognize. We might be the ones that say, sorry for your loss, but you still have a friend, you still have, what's that song? You have a friend in me. So the whole question is that, are we feeling a loss? Do we know somebody who's feeling a loss? And we need to attune the universe to that. with the advice card being the Six of Coins. Coins are about home, health, finances, and all the things that keep us grounded. So when we talk about the Six of Coins, again, six is our harmony and improvement and getting better. The coins is about helping somebody. Do they need anything? I mean, can you, would $10 just help them buy a lunch? Or, would mowing their grass, because again, coins are about home, health. It's not just money. Today's reading is about recognizing loss and then seeing what we can do to help somebody today. Or recognize our loss and maybe be willing to ask somebody for their help. This is a day of giving, a day of recognition, a day of looking out and seeing inside ourselves, or be willing to look outside ourselves at somebody's tower that may have come down. These are troubling times in the United States, and it feels like the towers are coming down. But the Six of Coins is about building foundations. The Six of Coins is about sharing and about giving. So, and then we have VX. When will I meet my soulmate? So I do these morning meditations. And so if we look at it kind of like this, I have met my soulmate, but I have gone through the tower after a divorce. I've gone through revelations, and I had to be willing to learn stuff after my relationships and my failures. And it's about accepting my failures and using them as bricks to build my next success. So I ended up finding somebody online that I've been with now for over 10 years. And, there's been loss, there's been things like that, but it's about support. So today, if we were to look at this, she went away. If we're to look at it with relationships, it's like, it's hard. If a relationship fails, here we are with the remembrance, we do all the, and we have issues with a relationship. And it's being willing to let something go sometimes. The Six of Coins also reminds us that it's about finding the positive, being willing to ask for help. And, it's all about remembering the people and the things that helped us to get where we are. So with that, I'm going to hush up. I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing, amazing day, an amazing weekend. And I'm probably going to be here on Monday. Let's see how long it takes to drive in back home. But thanks again, everybody. And thanks for listening to me ramble today. I don't know why I felt the need to ramble today, but boy, you all take care and thanks. Bye-bye.
Stars in the sky.